Today, I am so happy to be here with author Sabaa Tahir. She is the author of this book, and this book. Sabaa, thank you so much for coming to the library to talk with me today. I am one of your biggest fans, so it's a joy to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
So the first thing I ask my authors is, talk to me about a book that you love.
I am so excited to talk about this book that I love because I often find myself talking about libraries and why this was the book that brought me to a library, but I don't actually get to book talk this book. It's called Seven Daughters and Seven Sons. It's by Baija Lovejoy and Barbara Cohen. And it is a book I discovered in 4th grade. It is about a girl named Buran. It's kind of pitched as an Iraqi folktale. So it's about a girl named Buran. She's the middle of 7 sisters. And she has this very impoverished life. She wants better for her family. She wants better for herself. So she embarks on this incredible adventure where she goes overseas and she becomes this really successful businesswoman. And I'm kind of spoiling it, sorry. And she meets a prince and she falls in love, but then she chooses her family over him. She gets like sweet, sweet revenge over these 7 brothers who have totally wronged her and her family. It is such a satisfying book. And I think the thing that I love about it the most is it has this message that really felt to me a little bit ahead of its time, which is like, love yourself enough to believe in yourself, especially for a young girl living in the Mojave Desert where I didn't fit in. That was really powerful, and I needed that message as a 4th grader.
Oh my gosh, a book from the 4th grade. I love the fact that the books that we read when we're kids linger with us.
Yes.
You know, how do you feel about the skills that you acquired as a newspaper editor and your writing now? Do you find that those skills help you? Is it a totally different part of your brain? What do you think?
I think in a way I started writing fantasy to answer this need to put people who look like me as heroes at the forefront of books. And yes, they are facing difficult circumstances, just like my people all over the globe, but they are victorious. They are hopeful. They kind of find themselves at this intersection of hope and despair, and they're able to choose hope and to succeed. That's what I wanted to create. That's what journalism gave me. So it kind of was the launching pad for my entire career. So thanks, Washington Post.
So fantasy is so wildly popular with teens. I know, yes. And I wonder what your thoughts are on why you think teens love fantasy and relate to fantasy so fiercely.
I think I can't speak for all teens. I wouldn't dare. However, I could speak a little to what I thought when I was a young person. To me, fantasy felt safe. It felt like a safe, escapist place where I could, if I chose, still look at difficult topics, difficult emotions, difficult world events, difficult relationship issues, family issues. I was able to examine those things in a way that didn't feel overwhelming. So I think fantasy gives you these complex themes and ideas and relationships and emotions, but it also gives you a lot of fun. So yes, I talk about colonialism and war and jailings and family problems and relationship issues and betrayal. I talk about all these things in my books, but I also have battle scenes and I have swoony romance and I have plot twists, and that makes it really fun. So the fantasy then becomes something that you can take from it what you wish. It can just be a really fun read, or it can be something more. And that freedom is why I loved fantasy as a teenager. And it's what I hear a lot from my readers, why they love it.
Sabaa, tell me one thing that you think is true about growing up and how reading intersects with growing up.
I think that when we are growing up, we allow ourselves to dream and want and hope. And I think that's such a beautiful thing that so often we lose as adults. I feel like reading lets us continue to dream for longer. It lets us sit with our dreams for longer. It lets us have hope and expand our horizons and connect with other people and have empathy and all these good things that make the world better. And I mean, that's a huge reason why I still read, is I want to be able to imagine myself in other places and other worlds. I still fall, if I read a really good fantasy book, Meg, I will still fall asleep self-inserting into that fantasy book. And that is something I did as a little kid. I don't do that in anything else in my life. I'm not really, fantasizing that. I'm just, it's only with books and with reading that I do that. And I love the idea that even if we're 80 years old or 90 years old and we have so much of life behind us, we can hopefully still pick up a book and be just like that little kid we were, who is letting themselves dream. I think that's such an awesome way to be. And I really, really hope that I can read forever for that exact reason.
Let's read forever together.
Yes.
I'm in on that one. Yes. Saba, it has been so wonderful to be pulled into this incredible world, the many worlds that you build, and to have you as part of this series. I just can't, it feels so exciting to think about kids many years from now being able to look back and see who you were at this exact moment in time, and maybe compare it to the person who you'll be then, still writing, and they'll still be reading.
Thank you.